Hey guys, it's Kathleen. Welcome back to my channel. How are you doing on this beautiful Valentine's Day? So I figured the best way to treat your loved ones is with a nice sweet treat that, is made from the heart and, mostly just because it's chocolate, but. So I'm going to be making some of my absolutely favorite cookies in the entire world, and they are chocolate cookies with the maraschino cherry in the center. They are delicious. I can't even explain how much I love these cookies. And the recipe that I will be using, and that I always use, is from The Small Town Woman. Link will be in the description, because this is the closest recipe that I can find to the kind of cookies that I used to eat when I was a kid. Let's get started, shall we? So here in my big bowl, I have a half a cup of white sugar and a half cup of brown sugar. To it, I will be adding 1 stick of butter, softened. Preferably you would soften it in, just like sitting on the counter, let it get to room temperature kind of thing. I forgot to do that, so I just melted it in the microwave because that's how things get done for me sometimes. So I'm just gonna scrape all this into here. Now you could use a regular, standing KitchenAid mixer. I'm just gonna use the hand mixer today because I want to show you guys what's going on, and this is the easiest way to do it. So what we're gonna do is cream the butter and the sugar together until they're nice and fluffy and combined. Yep, it would help if I had power, huh? Now that the butter and the sugars have been combined, we're going to add 2 eggs, but what we're going to do is add them one at a time, mix it in until it's fully incorporated, then add the next egg. So, the next step is mixing your dry ingredients together. Now, the dry ingredients are 1½ cups of flour, all-purpose, normal flour, 2/3 of a cup of cocoa powder. Any kind of cocoa powder you want is cool. I use the Hershey's. I usually prefer Ghirardelli, but Hershey's was good. 1/4 teaspoon of salt, 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda, and 1/4 teaspoon of baking powder. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the spoon and I'm just gonna mix these together just to combine them. Don't need to worry about sifting it since we are going to be blending everything together. So now we're going to be adding the dry into the wet, and we're going to do that a little bit at a time. So I'd say that's about ½ a cup. Just gradually add it in. So you add the ½ cup, mix it till it's pretty well combined, then you add the next ½ cup until all of your dry has been incorporated. So if this happens to you, where you get a bunch of dry stuck up onto the sides and all your wet's clumped together, you can just take a spatula, scrape down the sides, just make sure you try to get everything all in one space so it can blend properly. So now that we have all the dry mixed in, we're gonna add some vanilla, my favorite ingredient. You guys know that. So the recipe calls for 1 teaspoon of vanilla. You know me, I'm gonna add a little bit extra because I love a little extra vanilla in everything. So I'm gonna do a teaspoon and a splash because you can't go wrong with vanilla. And then we're also going to add 2 teaspoons of cherry juice right from the jar of maraschino cherries. So I'm just gonna do 1 and 2. Beautiful. Okay, everything has been added in. So now we are going to put this in the fridge, after we cover it, of course, for about ½ an hour just to let it, chill out, do its thing, set up, get to a texture that we can use to roll out and make the cookies. So we'll be back in ½ an hour. Okay, so our cookie dough has been chilling for ½ an hour. So the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a little bit of butter and I'm gonna rub it on my hands. As gross as that sounds, that's what you gotta do. So rubbing my hands with some butter, and then I'm gonna use this scoop. It's about, I would say it's about a tablespoon scoop. I'm gonna scoop out some of the cookie dough, just because I want to make sure all the cookies are the same size. And then I'm gonna just put it on my hand, make sure it's in the shape of a ball. Place it on my parchment lined sheet, and I'm gonna use my thumb and I'm gonna press a little indent right in the middle of it. Probably should have buttered my thumb. It's fine though. So we're gonna do that until all of our cookies have been scooped. All right, now that we have all the little indentations, we are going to put our cherries in them. So I have here a little spoon just to help me fish out the cherries. We're just gonna pop one into each cookie. There we go. All right, so I preheated my oven to 350 degrees, and we're gonna bake these for 10 to 12 minutes, depending on, you know, the size of the cookie and how your oven works. So yeah, just keep an eye on them. Check them after about 10 minutes, see if they need just a little extra time, and if they do, keep them in there. But if they're done, pull them on out. So here we go. Okay, so the cookies are all done. Took them about 12 minutes in my oven. So to top them off, I made this. It's a mixture of 1 cup of chocolate chips, half a cup of sweetened condensed milk, and a 1/4 cup of cherry juice. What I did is melted down the chocolate chips and the sweetened condensed milk over a double boiler, because that's the easiest way to melt chocolate evenly. And then once that melted, I added the cherry juice in and whisked it all together until it was nice and smooth, just like this. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna spoon the chocolate over each cookie. Now, the recipe says you're gonna, you know, just drizzle like a little bit. I'm not about a little bit of this chocolate on the top. I love just covering that cherry right up, so it's a little bit of a surprise when you bite into the cookie. Okay, I'm going to transfer these guys to a cooling rack so they can completely cool, and we'll be all done. And there we go, they're all done. It looks so pretty. I like how shiny the chocolate on the top is. Looks really good. So there you have it, guys. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to see more content from me. I post every Monday and the occasional Thursday, so you might want to ring the notification bell, yeah. Just so you can be notified, you know, because these videos don't come around every week. Or do they? You don't know. And maybe leave a comment telling me what you would like to see me do in my next video. Maybe you want to see something makeup related, DIY related, more baking videos. You know how much I love to bake. So yeah, just give me some ideas on what you guys would like to see. So I'm gonna head out. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!